Hello everyone, this is Mr. Feng with a quick video lesson of the violin part in Rigodon in Olden style. Now, on Wednesday's rehearsal, we went over letter A and just the first measure. And in this lesson, and our goal, we're going to try to go from beginning to letter B. But it's some of these measures here with the C, D, C, D, B that are not so tricky, but I want to tell you about the C natural that happens right here. This is a low second finger. So when we get there, when we get to that measure, this is the second line, third measure. We're going to bring our second finger close to our first finger. That gives us C natural. Okay, so have your instrument ready, have your music ready. Pause the video here if you're not ready yet, but if you are, let's look at just the first two measures. There are some slurs. There is one slur. There are many bow directions. So if you see that N-looking shape, that's your down bow. If you see a V, that's your up bow. Okay, so the first two measures only. We'll break this down into small parts. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And we just reached letter A. Now if you need to, you can pause and go back about 30 seconds to play that first two measures again. In this case, I'm going to move on. Looking at letter A, we only have this in the first measure. D, D, B, A, B, D, D, D. We're working with three different notes only. The high D, first finger on the A string, B, open A string once, and we bounce back to B and some high Ds. So not too tricky. We're going to look at this letter A, first measure, we'll play it twice. Set on high D, 3 fingers down on the A string. We have something like this. Ready, go. Okay, let's try that again. Ready, letter A, only that first measure. Here we high D, go. And if you look at the next three measures, it's just quarter note pies. B, G, G, B, and then we're on the next line, A, F, similar to Lightly Row from last year. So let's take it from letter A. We'll go for 4 measures straight, without stopping, from letter A. Ready, set, here we go. Slur BD. And we just played the first 4 measures of letter A. Take your time when you're doing this. Don't feel like, oh, you have to get it right all at once. Pause the video, go back, rewind this. You can even go to this bottom corner or that bottom corner of the YouTube video, and you'll see a little gear sign there. Hit that, and you'll find speed. I think you'll find speed, the menu there, and you can go half speed. You can hit 0.5 and it'll slow down even more so you can practice it with me going even slower. But moving on, right now we're looking at the second line, third measure. I want you to draw this symbol there in that third measure. It's going to look like this. It's going to look like the natural symbol, a lightning bolt. It's an L with a 7. Looks something like this. An L, L, and a 7. This is the natural symbol. I want you to draw that right here on that C and this C. And for all these C's that we play, we're going to play C natural, the low 2. Give you an example. There we go. I'm going to put it right above that. And it'll look something like this. You can pause the video and put a few natural symbols there. So you remember when you get to that measure, you're going to use a low second finger. Boom, right next to the 1. So here we're going to start at the second line, third measure, low second finger on the A string, C, D, B, B, D. Let's just play that one measure. Slowly. Ready, low 2, set, here we go. C, D, D. Let's try that again. Ready? C natural to D. Here we, second line, third measure. Ready, go. If you look at the next measure, the last measure of the second line, it's the same as what we just played. So let's play this measure 2 times in a row. Third measure and the fourth measure of the second line. Set on the C natural. Ready? And here we go. And that finishes our second line. If you had any trouble with it, pause the video, go back, and play it a few times. Looking at the third line, easy stuff. We have 2 A's, 2 D's, and then 2 C's with a sharp symbol there. That's our tic-tac-toe board hashtag number sign, sharp symbol right over the C. So we bring from the C, from a natural, up to a C sharp. We're going to space the 1 and 2 away from each other. So let's look at the third line right now. Very quickly, here we go. And the next 2 notes is the E string. And back to the first ending, high D, low D, D, and high D. And at this time, we would repeat back to letter A. This is how we will move geographically on the music. So the first time we play, we go through, we hit A, we go through it first time, get to our third line, go into the first ending, and then you see this little repeat sign right here. That means we go back, we teleport back to letter A, and then we play it a second time, similar to Can Can. On our second time of playing through this, we go right before we hit the first ending. We don't go to first ending, we teleport to the second ending and we finish it. Our assignment is to go from the beginning to letter B this week. Practice slowly, practice often, and happy practicing. Take care. Bye-bye.